Open this window. To my son. To my son. To my son. To my son. Robert! To the page. From page of Aurora. No, I don't. Robert! Dear.
No.
Patrick Jordan said he and collaborators Dave Mansueto and Pete Spinda initially expected a shorter run.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of Alone Together Pittsburgh. I am your host, Patrick Jordan, streaming to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are here. We are doing it. This is week 57, I believe. Week 57, episode 172. Dave, am I right or wrong?
On the money.
I'm getting there, folks. I am getting there. It is on. This is what we do. Okay, this is what we do. Anyway, so happy to be back. Happy to have another week at you here. Hopefully everybody's good. Hopefully you all heard the news that Pennsylvania now has let everybody be available for vaccination. Doesn't matter. They're through 1A, 1B, 1C. It's on now. You can go get them. I think there was something that came out earlier today. Let me just look here real quick just to double check on this. If I am not mistaken, there are like drive-through places that are taking walk-ins that you can just show up and get the vaccine and get on it and get rolling. I believe it is Pittsburgh Mills. The Pittsburgh Mills right near the movie theater in the parking lot. They're doing drive-through vaccinations. You can go fill out the form right there in your car and go. You don't need to get a reservation. You know what I mean? So get on that, folks. We are so close. All right. We're very close to getting that happening, but we've got a fantastic show lined up for you tonight. Okay. So everyone go get your vaccination because, the COVID numbers haven't really been dwindling. There's been, probably 1,500 to 2,000 since we did our last show, 382 new cases today in Allegheny County. So we're still teetering there. Let's go get that vaccinations. Let's kick this thing's ass. Something you can do in the meantime is put on a mask. You can keep wearing your mask. We're not through it yet. We're so close. The weather's nice. You want to be outside. Keep wearing your mask. Keep washing your hands. Keep the social distancing going. And even after you get the shot. So we thank you for all of that. So that said, great show tonight. Okay. From the director from Rivers of Steel, Chris McGinnis is going to be here tonight to talk about the drive-in theater that's happening at the CARRIE Furnace. Okay, that's the CARRIE Furnace. You see a little piece of it there. We'll see more pictures coming, but that the blast furnace right there in Rankin. You know what it is. They started doing this stuff last year. It was fantastic. I know everyone's not vaccinated yet, but you cannot beat a drive-in, let alone with the backdrop of this blast furnace. We're going to talk about that and other things that Rivers of Steel has been up to. And we also, it's Wednesday, so we have our farm to table segment, right? Buy fresh, buy local segment. And Aaron Hart is going to be here tonight to answer your questions and to go in deep about how to get your CSAs, because tis the season right now. So everything you want to know to get your CSAs, maybe you get them delivered, maybe get them picked up. Which farm do you want to do? She is going to answer your questions, and we are going to go deep dive into CSA. All right. So that said, we're excited. We also have a couple of pieces of housekeeping. Ticking below me is our Venmo. It is @TogetherPGH. If you want to kick in a couple of bucks to support the show, we would greatly appreciate it. The money goes involved to the artists that are involved in the show. It is @TogetherPGH. That is our PayPal and our Venmo. If you want to send a carrier pigeon, just DM us, and we will figure out a way to make that work and make that happen. So that said, we got something else to talk to you about. A little thing called the Engine House 25 Winery Jagoff Poll. It's the little Jagoff Poll. We do here, it's a term of endearment. We try to keep it Pittsburgh-centric. Sometimes the news of the day is bigger than that, but it is brought to you from Engine House 25. If you go to eh25.com, you will find out everything you need to know about this fantastic winery that is local, but the grapes are from all over the world, from Napa to Chile, everywhere in between. Some of the best wine you're going to have. If you go back a few weeks, I would suggest you watch the blind tasting episode of this show. You can get an idea of how great this wine is, but I would only watch the first hour of that show and not the second hour because things got a little sloppy. But go check them out. It's also home to the Roberto Clemente Museum. They have free curbside, and they're doing free delivery of the wine till this pandemic is over. And if you let them know that you found out about them from Alone Together Pittsburgh, $5 off per bottle. Can't beat that deal. eh25.com. Dave, do you want to talk about this in-show poll, or do you want to wait until we bring out Chris?
I think maybe we bring out Chris. Since he is going to be the expert and the final word where the buck stops, since we're finagling this poll a little bit. What do you think?
I think we should do that. So maybe we should just jump on it right now. What are your thoughts? Should we just go to it, or is there any banter that you would like to have? Or should we just get down to business?
Business, baby. All business. Let's roll.
Okay, so coming up first here on Alone Together Pittsburgh, this is the second, this is year 2 of trying to get this man on the show. We were so close last year when they were launching this drive-in concept at Carrie Furnace. Here he is. He's the director of Rivers of Steel, and he's going to talk to us about Rivers of Steel and especially the fantastic drive-in that you could have at the Carrie Blast Furnace. Here he is, Chris McGinnis. What's going on, Chris?
What's happening?
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm not sure how to take an intro like that. I don't get that very often. So.
Hey, I don't even know what I said right now. So I hope it was good. How's it going, man? Thank you for being here with us tonight. I know we came close last year at this time.
Yeah, we're doing well. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad we put it together, and sorry we missed you last year, but happy to be here now.
Well, I'm glad you made it. I know everybody was kind of flying by the seat of their pants last year.
No doubt.
But before we get into the goods here, right? So you've got the Carrie Carpool Cinema, right? The drive-in that's going to be happening. There's a beautiful idea of what people have in store when they come to this amazing thing. Now you've done this before. You did this once before, and you have on occasion some Pittsburgh-centric movies, right? Now,
Absolutely.
On your lineup from Pittsburgh-centric movies coming up right now, you've got The Dark Knight Rises. And what's your
and Fences?
Fences, okay, yep. Can't be that, and some of the great Tony Bubba's works as well.
Yep.
Okay, but our in-show poll before we get into this thing, because I want to give people time to vote, right? Our in-show poll, we want you to be here for this because it's what movies that were made in Pittsburgh do you want to see at the Carrie Drive-In that may not be on the roster? So let's throw it out there, Dave. Tell them what we got so far, and then we'll talk to Chris about this.
I'm about to unleash the Kraken. The poll is activated here for only you very special Facebook viewers. This is tonight. This is come on, Carrie Furnace. What about these Pittsburgh movies? We got a couple of classics here. She's Out of My League. Now that's a quality movie. Patrick, are you in that movie? She's Out of My League.
I'm in that movie. I'm angry in that movie. I get into it.
Chris, come on. If Patrick's in it, we got to get some Patrick's big mug up on that Carrie Furnace Cinema. You know what I mean? It would be embarrassing otherwise. Deer Hunter. There's a lighthearted comedy for the family. Night Riders, a Romero classic. Don't bring the kids to that one. And Inspector Gadget, taking CGI to incredible new heights with a helicopter hat. Inspector Gadget. Voting starts now. Come on, Carrie. These are Berg's best movies. What do you say, Pittsburgh?
Okay. See, I want to talk about this because I want to talk to Chris, but before I do, I mean, I would love to see Deer Hunter there, but it's a long movie. You know what I mean? It's
not the lightest.
It's long. I mean, I was driving just off the Rankin Bridge one day, just coming down the hill between Rankin and Braddock, and literally a 12-point buck ran up the street and turned and went up the hill. And I was like, I just thought of the Deer Hunter for a minute there. But I mean, that was only, 15 seconds, and this would be 3 hours. She's out of my league. I don't think would fly well at the drive-in. Night Riders would do well, I think, for you. But all right. So instead of what you're not doing, what are you doing here? Where would you pick here, Chris? Before we dig into
out of the list provided now,
yeah.
Well, I'd probably pick Striking Distance. It's not on there.
Genius. This man has a future in politics. All right, Chris. Now tell me this. Okay, so before we get into the drive-in, Rivers of Steel. Okay, fantastic organization. I'm a fan. What's been going on with Rivers of Steel? What do you have coming up with the organization? Plus, I mean, how did you guys parlay this pandemic?
Well, that's a great question. Take the latter part of that first. I mean, we rolled with it as everybody had to, and I think we were really fortunate to have Carrie. Frankly, we put a lot of emphasis on that space because of the size and the scale, outdoor programming possibilities, and it opened up a lot of things that we might not otherwise been able to do. So I think we fared as well as could be, primarily because of that site. So, and the drive-ins came out of that, something we talked about for a long time. So it was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And, everybody buckled down, and we started to think about, what kind of Pittsburgh movies we were going to launch and start off with last year. And it's been fun to curate it, to think about, what types of movies we want to show, working with all the staff. I don't make all the decisions on it. We all kind of work at it together, and even some cats that are in our maintenance crew were, kind of the linchpin in the early stages of putting the idea up front and saying, we should do the cinemas, carpool cinemas. We should, do these movies, and a lot of suggestions like Labyrinth and Never Ending Story, and just fantastic movies from last year. But as far as things we have other than the drive-ins going on, I mean, we've got a lot coming up. Excited to be hopefully opening things up more broadly here as long as people keep their stuff together and keep masking up and everything. But within the arts program, which I should say, I'm the director of the arts program rather than the whole organization, but we've got a lot happening within our metal arts program, some great workshops. We do monthly workshops that are called Doodle Bowl workshops, where you can come and essentially think paint by number, or paint parties only using molten metal. So you come create a mold, scratch a design into a bowl mold, and then we'll cast it in aluminum for you, and you can have some drinks while you're hanging out with your friends in a socially distanced manner, and create some cool art to take home with you and cast metal.
See, this is great. I mean, the Rivers of Steel does such great stuff, and this is what I was thinking was like so cool, just like working a different part of your brain. So you've got this education, you've got outreach, you've got history, you've got everything you guys are doing in the Mon Valley. It's amazing, right? And then now you're curating movies.
Yeah, well, it's certainly not something I thought we'd be doing, this time last year.
I mean, it's so cool. I mean, just to see how far things have come, just from renovations at Carrie alone. I mean, I remember going there, 8-9 years ago, and there wasn't a roof on the one part, and there was a lot of other stuff there. And then just to see the educational outreach that you guys have been doing. My friend Doug McDermott is down there on occasion doing some work with them. He works at my theater pretty much religiously. Yeah, he's the best. But yeah, I mean, everything's there. I mean, I've scouted that, and then just seeing it pop up, and so many different movies are shooting there. People are having weddings there now.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, just the history and the lineage that you guys have going there. It's just amazing. I mean, as far as the summer workshops and stuff are going with kids, I mean, can people still sign up? I mean,
yeah. So if you go to riversofsteel.com, you know, we've been able, again, because of the space at CARRIE, to run workshops in a way that everybody gets adequate distance. And, you know, you're coming with your particular party, but you're not going to be in, you know, having to be in close proximity to folks that are outside of your little pool. So we've got, again, those metal arts workshops, the Doodle bowls and others, but we're also doing graffiti arts workshops that, you know, you can come in and learn about the history of graffiti on site, take a stab at trying your hand with aerosol and creating some of your own at the end of the day. And we also are doing a community artist residency program, which has probably been the most challenging of all these, called Alloy Pittsburgh this year, which was slated to run last year, but we postponed it, obviously, amid COVID. So, but we have retooled it to run this year in a way that, you know, maintains safety for everyone, the artists and the communities involved. But essentially, we're going to work with 6 local artists on a community residency where they're going to be based in part with community organizations in 5 local municipalities surrounding CARRIE, developing installations, and like the one you're seeing here from Maureen Cohen in one of the years past, for CARRIE furnaces that will open up in August. So they'll be spending the summer with these organizations, working with community members to develop concepts for their installations, and then it'll go on display in a outdoor kind of open air exhibition at the end of the summer.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, that's fantastic. Okay, so now let's talk drive-in.
All right.
How many cars can you fit into the drive-in? Because it's not the biggest, the world's biggest screen. It's bigger than, you know, I mean, it's a big screen. How many cars can you fit in there? What's capacity? That's
a great question. You know, I mean, I don't know that we have an exact number right now. Probably in the neighborhood, if we really were to smash them in, we could probably get 300 cars in there.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, what you're seeing now is the ideal scenario, though. It provides ample space. Now we're towards the back, so things are a little bit more open back here than they would be closer to the screen. But we're trying to give space. You know, I mean, part of this is that we want people to feel comfortable coming out. We want to give them an opportunity to, you know, get with some family and friends and have an experience at a site like CARRIE that doesn't, you know, make them uncomfortable, and gives them a chance that they're not too far away from the screen. They're not smashed in with some schmuck from wherever next to them, and you know, you have a good experience. So I think our like a good place to be is in the, you know, 150 to 200 car range.
Perfect. Now, how are you guys doing audio? Is it shortwave radio, or are you just blasting some speakers? I mean, how are you guys working?
Both of that, yeah. In fact, we work with Here Corp. So if anybody's interested in doing that sort of thing, you can definitely check them out. They've been great partners, and they were partners with us in the first iteration last year, and they've stuck with us and have helped us tremendously move it along.
They're also, I mean, I told you, I dropped Dougie's name. Now I got to drop Bjornsson and Alex's name, Alex Barr's name. Those are my guys.
That's right.
Like my theater, everyone, they're like their family. And Pete actually works for Here Corp. Pete's showing up late here for the show here right now, but he'll be back. So I'm glad we got to name drop them. So
yeah.
So you can hear it on the radio in your car. Plus, there's some other outside stuff there. People want to like sit on the roof or something.
Yeah, absolutely. They broadcast it out from speakers too, so you can just hang out in the bed of your truck or whatever, and it works that way too.
What about the PP situation? That's what I'd like to know personally.
Oh, you're screwed. You got to hold it the whole time we're there. That's it. Now there's the site isn't plumbed, so we have porta johns there that you know along the side of the fence there. So
I love porta johns, so it's cool.
Oh yeah.
Dave actually used to live in one. He didn't really. No, he didn't.
I was waiting for some sort of response.
No. But Dave was just quiet. But Dave likes the porta john. Everybody likes the porta potty. You know what I mean? We that was our in-show poll, I think, last week when the wind blew the porta potty into the middle of traffic over by CMU.
We're a big potty show, basically.
We're a big potty show. This is basically what happens. Okay, so you've got that. The tech is, you got double on the tech. Last year, I mean, right there, that's dusk, right? So the movie hasn't started. You wait until the sun goes down. So there's not an exact start time on your show until it's dark enough.
We try to give the best estimate based on like you know what sunset is projected to be at that time, and some of the shows this year are going to have preview programs in a ways that didn't happen last year. So last year nothing happened at all until the sun went down and it was dark enough to start showing the content. this year on various nights we have daylight programming leading up to it, so you can arrive, especially in the summer when sundown's later. You can arrive early. On like the kids' weekend, we'll have kids activities with Assemble Pittsburgh and some other
Love Assemble
locally. Yeah, they're great. And then another night when we're heavy metal menagerie, we're having some films that focus on heavy metal and rock and roll, and then we're going to do a metal pour workshop leading up to it during the daylight hours. So you can come early, and every day you can get early and take a tour of the site.
See, this is awesome. It's so much more than just seeing the movie. Now, what's the price? I mean, what's the price point? What can people expect to pay when they come to the movie?
So yeah, it's $12 for the children for adults to get in, and it's $8 for kids.
Is that per person or per car?
Per person.
Okay, great. So you're gonna have people like hiding in the back
of
the station wagon underneath blankets trying to sneak in.
Right. Well, we get tons of vans, and I can't figure out why there's only one person in the car.
It's like we got a bus the other day. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what happened. It's just one guy just driving a bus.
That's right.
Heavy metal menagerie. This is great. I mean, I love what you guys are doing down there. This is cool that it's more than just the movie. Now, I got to ask you. You brought up striking distance before. How could you not have picked striking distance?
Well, I don't know.
Is it the language? Is it the rating? Is it what?
I'm not sure that there was any one thing. I mean, there were others that like we didn't choose the ones this year that we last year as well when we were looking through it. Pittsburgh's just burdened by such successful movies filmed here that we have too much to choose from.
It's been hot lately. Right.
Yeah.
Like lately, there's been a lot of movies and TV shows going wild. Okay. Deer Hunter is in the lead. Inspector Gadget's following close.
Do you want to play with it? We could swap out one of them for striking.
I think it's just because nobody knows what the hell anything is other than Deer Hunter. They're just looking.
Well,
they know Inspector Gadget from the cartoon. But
okay, Inspector Gadget. Okay, she's out of my league. Get that out of there. Get that out of there.
All right, so from here on in, she's out of my league. Is going to be striking distance.
Okay, it's striking distance.
Is that cool?
That's fine. That's fine because you're on the river. You see. You're not far from the river. The striking distance.
And I got to say, if it were up to our former Vice President Jeff Leber, Striking Distance would have been the first movie we showed. I'm sure he's not watching this, but if he was, he'd be MFing me big time.
I'm telling you what, Striking Distance, it's hot. It made it to like the Elite 8 in our big Jagoff poll that we did, the overnight one that we did a few months ago. It might have gotten to the Final Fours actually. Like it was. There's something about Striking Distance. Dave, you don't have to do this on camera. Whatever you're doing right there.
I was gonna make it interactive. I'm gonna elevate the two. We're killing. She's out of my league, and only Inspector Gadget, Deer Hunter go forward with Striking Distance. And what's the fourth?
I don't know.
All right, you guys think on that.
We'll think on that. But you've got movies you do have coming up. The Dark Knight Rises, the epic Batman saga happening in Pittsburgh. What was it? The Road.
Mm-hmm.
The Road. You're not doing that.
We're not doing The Road. Right. Yeah.
So you're doing Dark Knight Rises, and what was the other one?
And Fences. Yeah.
Fences, and then Tony Bubba's shorts.
Yep.
Are you going to put those before or after, in between?
But before, yeah. In fact, Friday night, we actually have a special guest Friday opening for Fences too. Paul Ellis, who is the direct founder of the August Wilson House, and also August Wilson's nephew, will be with us on Friday evening. After the Tony Bubba shorts, Paul's going to join us and talk briefly about what they've got going on at the August Wilson House and what it was like to work with Denzel Washington in the movie, and some interesting insider insight, if I should put a few eyes together there. But so it's something different that we haven't really advertised much, put together kind of at the last minute, but we're really excited to have Paul there.
No, that's so cool. I mean, plus the fact that if there was ever a time that you can do shit last minute, it's now.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's just now. It's just people are just so grateful you're doing anything that I think that it's just like, well, all right, okay.
Well, and that works both ways. I mean, we're grateful to be able to put something together that people are interested in and willing to do under the circumstances.
With the flexibility, you guys they're perfect for it. I mean, the outdoor and everything that's going on there. Okay, so that's awesome. And all right, so The Road. I told you in pre-show that I had a stupid story about me and The Road.
Yeah, I'm going to sit back and have a drink.
Okay, sit back, have a drink. I might have a sip too. Okay, so they wouldn't let me audition for the road, right? There's like a few bit parts for locals or anybody, because everybody's, dead. And spoiler alert, the road's pretty dark. And it's like a weird, almost zombie, a movie without zombies. Yeah. So I go and I talk my way in, and I go like they're gonna want me. This is perfect, right? So everybody's like, there's no food, there's nothing there. Everybody's like emaciated and skinny, and they're supposed to be, right? So I go in, I buy like an undershirt tank top, you know what I mean? And I stretch it out. It's too big, so it's like dangling big on me. I wear a pair of oversized cargo shorts, right? I wear a pair of Timberland boots. I pull out the laces so it looks big, so I look gaunt. You know what I mean? I look skinny, right? So I walk in there. And I think like they're gonna see me. I'm gonna limp. I'm gonna do something to make me look like I'm. Like, I walk in the room, and it is literally everybody is like the heaviest person's like 63 pounds. Like everybody is like totally seriously skinny, and I'm probably about 200 pounds at the time. And I just kind of like walk in and look around, and I went, oh shit, this is a movie. This isn't a play. Like they're not gonna want somebody to act skinny. They're going to want somebody to be skinny. And so I go in and walk through the audition, and like the people just behind the table are just like, what are you doing here, dude? I'm just like, I'm like sucking in my face. But yeah, I didn't get cast in that movie.
And you didn't even get a meal too.
I didn't get anything, man. I didn't get anything. And then I had to walk back to my car looking like a fool, which whatever. I think I took off the tank top and threw it down. So there was the road story. 80s family night. What is this? I just want to
rip. There's some good stuff. 80s family night, Gremlins and Short Circuit. I think I know every line to that.
So this is going all summer long here.
Stop motion mania. There's literally something for everyone.
What's the horror? Classic horror. What are we doing for
Frankenstein?
Bride of Frankenstein and The Thing. Come here, honey. You want to say hi? My daughter Mabel is gonna come on and say hello.
Hey, Mabel, what's going on?
She can't really hear you because I have the earphones.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, probably.
I go through this a lot. This is awesome. Well, just ask Mabel which movie she's looking forward to seeing at the drive-in.
Are you looking forward to see movies at the Carrie Furnaces again tonight or this summer? Yeah.
This one's Mabel's favorite.
Yeah, that actually probably would be her favorite if you knew her. You like rock and roll, right? Heavy metal rock and roll music. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, this is fantastic, Chris. Thanks for being here.
I'm gonna let you go, sweetheart. I gotta get.
All right. The dude, it happens to me nightly here over here. So
it's a reality.
So best place to get tickets to find out more information.
Sorry. I was just going to say riversofsteel.com. I thought you were asking.
I was going to say riversofsteel.com, but I was like, it comes better from you. All right, man. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna. You can hang out if you want to find out about some CSAs and anything from farm to table. We're going to go deep dive here. But everybody, seriously, if you want a drive-in experience like you're not going to find literally anywhere else on the planet, you're going to want to go to the CARRIE Carpool Cinema. It is worth the price of admission. Mandy thinks like no tank top, sexy man beast. Oh gosh, I think probably could have gone without reading that one out loud.
That's a good way to end it, Patrick.
All right, so
thank you.
So tell me again, when is The Dark Knight Rises coming up?
Saturday night. So
this Saturday night. Hey, Dave, do you want to give him a taste?
Now, how many of you are there?
Oh, there's dozens. I'd rather not say exactly.
Men who haven't seen daylight in 3 months.
Police officers who haven't seen daylight in 3 months.
Dial it back, officer. The situation is unprecedented. Let's move away from this location and then call it in.
Right, let's go.
No, we'll take it from here. You stay and look after these folks.
All right, so look out for that 5 seconds, and on the big screen at CARRIE. All right, thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
If you guys have anything else coming up, man, let us know. Come on back. If we're still here, you're more than welcome.
Love to do it. Thanks for having me. We'll see you guys this weekend.
Right, talk to you. See you at the movies. All right, folks, get on that. Dark Knight Rises and Fences happening this Saturday at the CARRIE Furnace right there in Rankin. You get off the Rankin Bridge, you cannot miss it. You don't even have to get out of your car unless you want to go to the porta potties, like Dave said. Anyway, moving along here. All right, it's popping here. All right, so the show's happening. I'm very excited. Any chance we can get to talk about movies, I love it. And Fences is an amazing movie, right? Academy Award winning movie. So you cannot beat that, and Tony Award winning and everything else. All right, so moving right along. I think did Pete ever make it, Dave?
I have not yet seen him, but I can feel his hot breath on my neck.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's good. So I think should we check in on the poll, or should we just go right to should we get after it?
I think we get after it. Let's
get after it. Let's just do it. Okay. So every Wednesday night we do a Buy Fresh, Buy Local segment brought to you by Farm to Table PA. Go to farmtotablepa.com. Farm to Table, Western Pennsylvania. They know everything there is, and we are excited right now. Today is like Christmas. It is CSA time, and we have the woman herself here to tell us all about it. Here she is, Erin Hart. What's going on, Erin?
Hey, Patrick. Hey, everyone.
Hey, welcome back to the show. We're excited to see you here, and more excited to find out about CSAs and everything else that's going on with Farm to Table.
Yeah, it's time. Well, it's April. I'm like looking at it would be tax day tomorrow if we weren't in a pandemic, but we are. So
we still are.
Tomorrow.
Do you believe it?
I know. Still, well, I mean, weren't we saying this was going to go on to like September of 2021?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we should go back.
I kind of called that like last August.
You actually did. I think I might have even thought it was going to be shorter than yours.
Yeah, a lot of
you were in there early. I mean, I thought I was a genius when I was like 12 weeks, man. 12 weeks, not 4 weeks. It's going to be 12.
I think because I had mono when I was in high school. So like I know what viruses. I know what viruses can do to you. Yes. Yeah, so,
how they spread. So Erin Hart had mono in high school, and I just want everyone to know that
it messes with your immune system.
Yes, it does.
So that's why you have to eat real food. So
and there is the segue I was hoping you were going to find.
There it
so
is. Yeah,
you don't get mono, eat local. So so tell me about this. Okay, so
you need your immune system. So we have Dave, if you could click over to our like Instagram account or Facebook from our website, if you scroll down,
or on the Instagram stories on Alone Together because we shared it.
Yeah. So we, someone who's great named Eileen helped us put together a whole like CSA campaign. And there's a list of all the CSAs that are in Allegheny County. Is that
the one in the middle on the top? There you go.
It's probably the middle. I wonder where that tomato came from.
There you go. It's kind of tight, but you can see it.
So if you go to our website, which is farmtotablepa.com, and click over to our Instagram or Facebook or Twitter accounts, you'll pull up a graphic, which is here. And if you flip through the graphic, so Dave, like flip to the next slide. Yeah. So these are all there we go. So these are all the drop sites in Allegheny County. So basically, each of these either farms or two of these are actually distributors, Harvey and Medium Rare Foods, but all of the other ones are farms. So Blackberry Meadows is actually located in Allegheny County. Blue Goose Farm is east. I think it's in like maybe Bedford. Brankles is in Beaver or Butler. Cherry Valley Organics is in Washington. Dillner's is Allegheny. Dreamtime, I think it's Mercer. Edible Earth is Jefferson. Footprints is Fayette. Harvest Valley is Allegheny. And the other two are distributors. And then there's the next slide. There's more drop sites.
And when you say drop sites, this is where people can go pick up these boxes.
Yes. Northwest PA Growers, Family Cow, the Marketplace at Emerald Valley, and Who Cooks for You. So that's like Mercer County, Cumberland County, Washington County, and Jefferson County.
Like,
so all of these people are bringing all of this food, and they set up a relationship with someone in Allegheny County to have drop sites. So some of them have drop sites in like 20. Who Cooks for You Farm bought the Kretschmann Farm list. So they probably emailed like 2,000 people saying, buy from our CSA this year. They're a huge farm up in Jefferson County. They were part of our USDA contract last year. They're organic. They're at Bloomfield Market every Saturday morning.
And these are the pickups. Do some of these places deliver, or is this just like CSA season is you got to do the pickup? It's too much bulk. They're moving too much stuff.
No, some of them do deliver. So I would encourage people to, I would look at all of them, get to know your, if you're going to spend like $750 or $600 or something on like a subscription to a farm, I would look around. If you want organic, then there's certain ones that are organic, certain ones are not organic. I have to say, local farms in Western Pennsylvania, the land that we have here, we can't support the type of equipment that has like these huge farms. So most of them are family farms, even if they're not certified organic. So I'll give you like a little insider's tip. This year, Dreamtime Farm is up there. I'm getting her CSA for the first time, but I'm also subscribed to 2 others. So I have 3 CSAs I'm getting. The other ones are from Harvey and Cherry Valley Organics.
All right. Yeah. Well, do you have like multiple refrigerators?
It's not about. I'm gonna just give this stuff away.
All right. Well, that's cool. You know my address. Yeah. Art Gola says Blackberry Meadow is a great place. Don't know about the CSA, but the people are really nice.
Blackberry Meadow. I went there like 5 times during the pandemic. That was like the only place I went for like several months. They have every Wednesday you can go out to the farm, and their CSA is a pickup where they have all these bins set up. And you go and you pick up, like, there's a bin of tomatoes and a bin of tomatillas and a bin of greens. And you pick out what you want. They also have pigs. They have chickens, as you can see. They had turkeys for Thanksgiving. I went out in October and I took a picture of all the turkeys and I showed the kids, like, one of these is going to be our Thanksgiving dinner.
How did they react to this?
Well, they grew. I started this before. I started working in this field. No pun intended. Before they were born.
I was going to let that one slide.
They go to the farm show with me every year. They know, like, they've been to a lot of farms. But yeah, Blackberry Meadows is amazing. So this is a cool story. So, they bought a farm it's in Natrona Heights from another couple that were retiring. So that's something that's like very important, like farm succession, so that if people are interested in farming, to get them connected to people that want to move on and retire a lot. That's a huge thing in the farming community. But I did bring up, I'm sitting in my room, but I'm going to show you some things that were in my farm share this week. So we're in April. So these are eggs. So I get a dozen eggs every week.
Well, that looks like 11 eggs. I see 11.
Patrick, I just grabbed a box. We have 3 cartons in our fridge. We have duck eggs, chicken eggs, and like half of them. And we had a box of hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, what do you do with the eggs? What do you do with the duck eggs? What's your thing? What's your trick on that? I have some duck eggs. So
well, you could bake with them. So that's
I know people are saying like quiche. They do crazy things with baking and stuff like that. But I fried them old school, and it was fantastic. Yeah, but go on.
Were they good? Okay, good.
Yes,
yeah. So anyway, duck is just like a different. It's just a different. It's a different type of egg. But I think it's good to really have good diversity of food in your diet. So if you're going to eat eggs, why not have, different types in your diet? And also, because you have a baby girl, like, teach her about all these different things. That to me is like a huge motivator for me. I started Farm to Table, like the year I started Farm to Table, I was diagnosed with cancer like a month before the first conference. And then I got married and was pregnant or breastfeeding or pregnant like for 5 years after that. So like every year for like the first 6 years, I was like ingrained on healthy food.
Ingrained.
I know. I can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Won't stop. So these are shallots. So I'll just like hold on. That looks very like they look like. Okay,
show those again. Show those again.
I can't.
Just hold them the same way you did.
I can't do it.
It's a
not
family
weird.
show. Hey, your kids grew up at the farm shows. We can
I'll try
have
to
our
make it.
audience
I'll try to make it nice.
See delicately juggle those. Oh, there you go. There's the shallots. Okay.
Okay. I brought some tomato basil soup.
Okay.
From Lattimore Valley Farms, and there's a bag of buckwheat flour from Weatherbury.
Love that.
You can't really, that's not really working with the light.
We know what it is.
So it's just, I mean, it's right now it's like kind of a hodgepodge of stuff that's in season, quote unquote, or it might not be in season. It might be available because it can be either stored, like the onions, eggs are like bursting at the seams. It's like not a coincidence that there's Easter eggs and Easter's in the spring.
I will
to the season.
I will say this. I bought a dozen white eggs for the Easter egg dyeing thing, right? I bought my daughter didn't know what it was because she had only ever seen brown eggs.
Wow.
Yeah, she was just like, why is this white? It's
you thought you had to get, but you can dye brown eggs.
I've done that. We did that was last year and the year before we did that, but we decided to get a little crazy with the white eggs for the first time ever. Yeah. And I had not cracked a white egg forever, right? So like I made eggs with those the one time because there were some extras, and you can not only can you taste the difference, you can see the difference between a farm egg, and I mean some of farm eggs are white, but like between a farm egg and
it was it was more like a grocery store egg.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at, right? And like the duck egg shell's harder than the regular. You know what I mean? Like so, like there's differences. You could
feel the substance.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of eggs in all their incarnations.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's amazing that you can tell the difference between pretty much everything that comes from a farm from when it comes from a grocery store, even Whole Foods, which is supposed to be, whatever. Like, I mean, the greens that I've been getting from different, from the Emerald Valley and stuff like that, you can like literally you take a bite, you can taste the difference.
Well, Patrick, Amazon owns Whole Foods.
Yeah, well, okay, so I went to Whole Foods before Jeff Bezos bought it.
I know, but it changed.
It did change, but it's
don't get it twisted. But it's marketing,
right? Okay.
I mean, so like Whole Foods.
Tell me more.
About like Whole Foods and Amazon, or just local foods.
I was just like dig in.
I would recommend. It's like a little just an anecdote, but I do a fundraiser every year for my kids' school, a flower fundraiser where we buy flowers, like flats of flowers from a wholesaler in Indiana County, and then we charge
flowers
like
pretty
as much.
like pretty flowers, not like flower that you
begonias.
Okay, great.
Nasturtium, like flats, impatiens, et cetera, et cetera. So this year we are doing it the same weekend, but they have no hanging baskets. So usually we buy like 150 hanging baskets, and this year there's no hanging baskets available because
what's the reason for that?
People are going because of the pandemic. Like everyone's going crazy buying plants.
Oh,
so it was a continuation of last year. So it's, I feel like this
because Doug Oster, who speaks for you guys, does classes for you guys every Thursday. I mean, I remember the first time he was on the show. He was just on the show a second time where he actually played a song. He pulled out a guitar.
Oh, that was incredible! I watched it.
It was a magical. That was a magical.
He was so embarrassed.
It was. Oh, he shouldn't have been embarrassed. It was amazing.
No,
he had said that there was like a seed shortage. You know what I mean? That like people who were just seeds were because everybody was, planting and growing. It was from the pandemic, so everybody's getting involved with, stuff around their house.
So I would recommend people get a CSA because then you're assured a farm share this summer, but also you're supporting a food system that needs to support everybody. And if you can afford to get a CSA, it'll ensure that you have food, but it also keeps farms in business because instead of getting 9 cents on the dollar, they're getting the whole dollar. So it's so important to, capture that money here in Western PA. And that's the only way we're going to recover from like the coal crisis as in like all the coal mines shutting down and the steel mills shutting down, and everything that's been happening in Western Pennsylvania over the past, I mean, is it 40 years? Is it 50 years? I don't know, 45 years.
Right.
And just the not only the economy, but the environment. The only way to recover our environment is to do things with the environment that is like nourishing the environment and nourishing ourselves. And agriculture can do that if it's agriculture in the right way. And
Right.
these farms that like these CSAs that we just flipped through, they're doing agriculture in the right way.
Now these these CSAs, how far out? Like, so how many drop-offs are there? So if you do the CSA, is it just one big shipment, or is it going to be spread out over a couple of months?
Oh, it's like, no, it's so you subscribe and it's every week you'll get a delivery, but usually they're between like the first week of June and the last week of October. So you sign up for 20 weeks or 22 weeks, or each one has very specific kinds of parameters. Some of them have large shares, small shares, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free. Some of them you can add on eggs, milk, bread, things like the soup. Every single thing that I showed you was from a CSA. So like the soup, the buckwheat flour, the shallots, the eggs.
And you're saying you're saying you can get in there and mix that around every week. So let's say like you're in for, how long? 12 weeks? How long? 6 weeks? How long does this thing? 20 weeks. Okay. So you're in for 20 weeks. So you can chime in on, in July and be like, I want this.
Every CSA is different. So
Right.
there's and there's probably 15 that have drop sites in Allegheny County. So you have to look to, it's like saying like something that Fresh Market has is going to be the same that like Whole Foods has, like, or it's like saying like, well, what's, Burger King's Big Mac,
Well, what's funny is you can
It's
have it
different.
your way with the CSAs though. Pete, did you need to add something? Welcome to the party.
Hi. I just got thrown in. Dave just
I was like, there's Pete.
going
He
in.
must have, well, welcome to the show. Anyway, so go on.
I'm deciding who to get my CSA from this year, so this is good.
And Pete, you got Dillner's last year, right?
We did, yes.
Yeah. So Dillner's is one of those CSAs that's going to have a lot of like cucumbers and eggplants, tomatoes, watermelon,
Potatoes. We got a lot. I feel like we got a lot of
cantaloupe.
potatoes last year.
They have like a lot of they'll have blueberries. They're probably like I would say like extremely mainstream, but they also have you can add things on. And Jane has a list, Jane's list, Jane Dillner. She has like all kinds of different foods because they have friends who are in farming. Jane's cousin is actually Art King from Harvest Valley Farms, who's like right down the road from them. Yeah, so here's Dillner's. And what the cool thing, Dillner's is also at a ton of farms. So yeah, look at all these radishes, onions, corn, of course. So like some CSAs I get like have like herbs and like nothing that's like mainstream. Dillner's, look at their fields. They're amazing.
So this is good. Yeah. So Dillner's amazing. All right. Is there meat in any of these? Like can I get a steak from one of these? Is it hamburger meat from one of these? Is like or is it just straight produce and eggs?
I think Dillner's has ground beef, don't they, Pete?
I don't think we got any beef from them last year. We might have got eggs, but I don't think we got
ever
beef.
Look at Jane's list?
I don't think we did, no.
Okay.
We got the bi-weekly. I think it was bi-weekly. And it was mostly produce was what we got. Like
Patrick, you should get the next time I get beef, I'll call you and Eileen and we should split it. Because what we did, so this is hilarious. So like in October, I get these messages from farms all the time. So someone was like, hey, Aaron, like my steer's going to the butcher. Do you need any? So I was sitting with my neighbor on her front porch and I said like, oh, hey, do you want to split like a quarter of a cow? And she said, sure. So
can we get some of that before it gets frozen?
If we could get it fresh? Well, yeah, if we get to the butcher, we have to set it up. Usually the butcher calls me and I'm like I have like 50 things to do before I can get there. So they usually, yeah, but you could get it fresh, but you have to freeze it because You're going to get like 90 pounds of meat. So
hey, you haven't gone to a steakhouse with me, Aaron. Okay, 90 pounds of meat, it's like nothing. Okay, I can eat the old 96er. I've seen the great outdoors. I've lived it.
It would fill your refrigerator. You would have nowhere, like you'd immediately start eating, Patrick.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm like, can we get some? Can we start with the unfrozen stuff and then work my way to it? Because I don't have one of those.
Play on like a protein fest, and you could just like have like a giant cookout.
I would. Oh man, that'd be great.
That would be like 360 burgers. That would be a lot of meat.
I'm talking about a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, I mean the grass-fed beef. There are people that
I'm joking around. I'm joking around.
So they do. They have the dinners have beef and lamb.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, this is good.
So they have vegetables, fruit, and animals. I mean, right in Allegheny County too.
All right,
and Gibsonia.
All right, so Aaron,
but it's nice because you don't have to think about, like, for me, it's like nice because you don't have to think about what you're going to buy at the grocery store. You just show up, and every week you're like, oh, this is what I'm eating this next week or two. So
what I would highly recommend is go up to some of the farm stores and like where you live. You could get up to like Harvest Valley Farms has a store right on Route 8. And I think they're open already, and just like go there a couple times. Usually the cutoff for joining a CSA is like at the end of May. I think if you've made a trip up to their store a couple times, like you could even, I think you could get a CSA, and it's great if you're not going to go buy food. But Pete, I know you'd like to travel and you go to like other places. So
what's that? Are you taking a shot at me? Are you taking a shot at me? Because
we know you don't go anywhere.
Not about you. I'm talking to Pete. Pete and I have like bonded over this whole food.
I know, it's like, Pete, we know you like to travel and you leave your house and you leave your neighborhood. And I'm just
all
saying,
his camping trips and his
shots at
his boat, his canoe. Was it a canoe or a
dinghy?
A dinghy. Okay. Well, I mean,
show Pete those. Show Pete the shallots again.
Trips.
Show Pete the shallots again. Talk about his dinghy. Show Pete the shallots. Talk about the dinghy. So anyway, all right. So fantastic. So now is the time to get in before while the getting's good, right? Because these things, a lot of these places might run out of them. Hopefully, of these.
I hope to. If I'm doing my job, every single one of these places will sell out.
All right. Well, Art just said we've been hesitant to join a CSA because you get random lot of stuff. Do they typically give you recipes for the stuff that shows up at your own door on your own?
All right.
That would be good. That would be nice.
Go to Harvey Farms Pittsburgh. It's HARVIE, Harvey Farms Pittsburgh. You get a standard share, but you can swap out everything in the share every single week. So I started doing it in October just because I wanted to experiment with their software. It's awesome. And I've even ordered so I get it every other week. I've ordered on the non-weeks, even just like canned goods. Like I couldn't wait another week because I love their selection. They do a lot of work with, it's Simon.
We're fans of Harvey Farms here. I think Pete gets in on
Neil Stoffer. Yeah, they work with Jubilee Farms, which a lot of the old Pence Corner farms are in there. So you can, you could go in if there's 15 things in your box of items, you can swap them all out. You can say, I don't want it this week.
So you don't have to Iron Chef it every week.
And it's all Pennsylvania agriculture. So ultimately it's not a CSA. So a CSA is getting directly from a farm, but it is like a CSA and it is Pennsylvania agriculture. So they are, these guys have been working with Pennsylvania farms. They're helping farms get to Pittsburgh. And then, and Marketplace at Emerald Valley is the same way. They are actually a farm, but they also have like 60 farms that they work with.
And they're
like
we're
trying to do. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say they're like a great hub, and you can go to their website and you can pick stuff and they'll actually deliver it to you. You can go a la carte, or you can do the CSA. You can do a lot of stuff from Emerald Valley.
Yeah. And medium rare foods is another one that's the same way.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, so now's the time. All right. So this is it. Get in early, figure this all out. And the best resource you have to find that is just going to farmtotablepa.com. And you can
going to our social media sites where that CSA list is.
going to the Instagram.
Yeah.
You can find that. That's we'll post it on our Instagram and Twitter and Facebook tonight as well. It's in the copy and the links here right now too. There's the Emerald Valley Artisans stuff right there.
I
It's
ordered from
fantastic.
them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Good.
I've been ordering for them for forever now.
They have CBD infused coffee, which I thought was kind of cool.
Did you get it?
Yeah,
How was it?
it was all right.
Did you feel it in your no, screw
like
the taste.
yin and
How was,
yang.
how was your joints? Did you feel loose?
No, not really, but it was kind of cool. I think I need to drink it a couple times to know. I drink a lot of coffee, so I probably drank that and then had the Red Start right after that. So
Okay. All right. Well, cool.
I drink probably 2 pots of coffee a day. So
All right. Well, that's cool. You can get coffee locally as well, as I know Pete does as well. So, all right, cool. Aaron, thank you so much. If there's anything else to chime in there, any place to go, Instagram, Twitter, Farm to Table PA, the website, get on it and get shopping right now. Now's the time. Find your favorite farm and get your CSA rolling. And Aaron will show off shallots every week.
That's so awkward.
It was awkward, but it was fantastic. It was magical television, even though we're streaming on the internet. Look, there it is. I can't see it. You raise it up. It's not. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's amazing. That's fantastic. Well, anyway,
I have now I have shallots all over my room. All right,
Pete's got the bow ding balls going. All right, so Aaron, thank you so much, and thank you again to Farm to Table PA. Every Wednesday night, tune in, find out what's going on with either Aaron or a different guest from the Farm to Table world. Are going to come in and tell you everything that you need. Aaron, we will see you. Maybe we'll see you a week from today if you don't send somebody else in your place. But I mean, magic television tonight, Aaron. Magic. All right, thanks.
guys.
All right, so we're winding things down. Pete, welcome back to the show here. We missed you early on. There was some funny Pete-isms that we were going to go to, but whatever. I think
sorry
it's time.
I missed it.
It's okay, buddy. We'll have tomorrow. Tomorrow night is going to be hot again. It's on tomorrow. Kate Romaine is going to be here talking about God knows what, and we're going to have some other surprise guests that might surprise you like they might surprise us. So that's happening tomorrow at 8:00. In the meantime, be sure to take care of each other. Keep wearing your mask. Go get the shot. I think people stopped voting after we did this the first time. It's striking distance and the road is a 50-50 tie. We'll be back tomorrow night talking about some just nonsense. It's gonna be exciting. And then Friday, of course, we've got Natalie Bensavenga and Dave Bracey talking about their business. We're gonna find out about Barrel and Flow Fest, new additions to that, local brews with Day, who I believe is still dry. He's on his dry month right now, which is a whole mind meld for us. And we'll find out what Ask Natalie advice and 5 minutes with Natalie Bensavenga on Friday. But tomorrow, 8:00. So we will see everybody then. And we'll thank you for being here. Go get that shot.
The Road is in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, the whole, pretty much the whole movie of The Road was shot in Pittsburgh.
No.
Yeah. The bulk of it, with the exception of the ocean scene. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
See what happens
when you miss. See what happens when you miss the first half of the show. Did you like it? The Cormac cart. Do you like it? Do you like it?
That's the one with the end
Viggo
of the world.
Mortensen.
Yeah,
Viggo Mortensen. Yeah,
I didn't know that was shot in Pittsburgh. I'll be damned. I learn something new every day.
Yeah, they shot a lot of it in Braddock and all over the place. It's just roads. You know what I mean? Anyway,
I don't like zombie movies, so
it was a zombie movie without the zombies. But anyway, folks, thank you all so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow. We'll find out more. Keep wearing those masks. Get those shots. Thank you all. Yeah. Then Pete shows up. should have asked Aaron if they had avocados in the CSAs.
And mangoes.
Pineapples.
Coconut.
Speed stick.
Earth Plus.
Beef jerky.
Dr. Pepper Slurpees.
Icy Light Mango.
Frappuccinos.
Shamrock Shakes.
Liquid Death.
Creatine.
Weight Gainer 3000. High fructose corn syrup. Lettuce.
Oh boy.
You know, we should never start a new poll midway through midstream.
Last chance. 3-way tie. This is it.
What happened to striking distance?
It's a hacker again. There we go.
Oh Christ! Whatever. Call it a night. That still right there was from like literally 1 o'clock in the morning.
Now do it. Fuck them all!